this could be our, hey, this is actually a good vision statement, everyone. So I'm now at this place that it's actually pretty inspirational. I came here about 20 years ago, and it's called the, I don't know if you can read that sign. It's called the Tillamook Creamery. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but I'll tell you about their business model, which I thought is a source of inspiration. So a lot of people who get together to actually form a business, they don't really think about capital, right? Like farmers will just farm, and they'll probably give their produce or whatever they farm to some middleman who actually owns the capital, like a factory or a processing place or whatever, right? Some machinery that adds value to whatever end product they're producing. But here at Tillamook, what they did was pretty inspirational. They got together all the farmers in the area, and they said, we are all milk farmers. So instead of giving the milk to a factory to process into cheese, ice cream, sour cream, all these different dairy products, they said, why don't we do this? Why don't we just build the factory ourselves, right? Everybody will contribute. We'll pay a little bit more money up front. We'll go and maybe even borrow some money to build the factory. So they built the factory, and now they own the entire production line, and it's very successful. So they control all the stages of their milk, from the point where it's put into the factory to the point it's out. Basically, all the farmers in this area are very rich because of this system. It's called a cooperative. And when I think about that, I often think about, why doesn't anybody bring this idea to Indonesia, right? Or wherever else in the world where farmers can use a little bit of, in the process chain. So mainly it's sort of cooperative capitalism. Instead of having everybody send their raw material over to a factory and then having the factory owner make a lot of the difference, everyone here, they invest and they buy a portion of the factory together, and they get along. It seems to work out. 20 years ago, this place was smaller. Now it's pretty huge, actually. So pretty interesting. So that's my story of Tillamook here today, everyone.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So, we'll just open the all hands right away, juga ya, after your very insightful story. So, I'll share the screen. So, I have this story about failure. Actually, I'm going to talk about the story of failure and why shouldn't you be afraid of failure, basically. So, has everyone wait? Oh, okay. Ah, no. Okay, has everyone ever watched this movie? It's a Thailand movie called The Billionaire. So it's basically, if anyone have watched it, you can say it at the chat box. Yeah. So basically, it's a story about Itipat Kulapong Fanik and how he, at the age of 19, dropped out from university and then become one of Thailand's youngest billionaire. So the story is basically revolve around his struggle as a teenager, trying to be a businessman and going up and downs until finally he made this like big empire of fried seaweed snacks where it actually become very popular in Thailand as well as in Asia as well as in right now like in UK as well as USA. So this story is about and fun fact is that this a real story about this founder of Taukenoi. It's Top Itipat, yeah, that's how we called him. It's Top. So as I've told you before, he's been on the up and downs, and then finally he made it to like release his product, and then his product become very famous, and then like yeah, just like what people said in the chat box, everyone just know this Taukenoi, and this is very delicious. This is also the reason why I want to talk about this story because I really like Kenoi as well. But today we are not going to focus on like his successful story of Taekwondo, but we're going to talk more about his failure during on his way to his success in Taekwondo itself. So basically, as we know, if you already watched the movie, like he experienced a lot and a lot of failure before he finally got to release the Taekwondo at 7-Eleven, right? Like for example, it started from his father bankruptcy, and then he try to sell a DVD player, a low quality DVD player actually, and then finally, and then in the end of the day, no one would want to buy it, and then he just wastes his money, and then he tried this chestnut business where it was failing in the beginning, but then it started to work. But then again, he faced like another obstacle where he cannot continue selling his chestnut until finally he tried to sell his fried seaweed snack. Or like in the first, like in the beginning, it's also not easy for him to get this being sold, and then make people want to try this fried seaweed. But he never, he never gave up, and then finally he made it to sell it across the 7-Eleven franchise, and then sell it across like 3,000 store of 7-Eleven, and then until now we know how famous is Tau Kenoi. From his story, we can know that a lot of bad decision was being made in the beginning, in this story, in his adventure. Yeah, like he was making a lot of immature and reckless decision. Where, for example, he buy a lot of like low quality DVD player without even thinking, and then he finally lost a lot of money because no one would buy that bad DVD player, right? As well as this chestnut where he suddenly create like 50 cabang of chestnut store, just because he made it to sell a lot of chestnut at the very first time. It's we might say that actually, oh yeah, he was just a teenager at the time, which is why it's very common for him to make a very reckless decision and very immature decision. But then I was thinking, like aren't most of us like that, right? Because like not all of us have a lot of experience, which is why we are trying to experimenting. We are trying our best to make to do something that would work in the future gitu. And that's something that we do also at startup, right? We do something new, and then we experimenting here and there will always be failure there. So from that story, what are we like? What are the lessons that we can get from the failure story? Is that it creates these three things. It creates desperation, motivation, and then in the end of the day, it becomes a turning point from himself. Like if we see that actually every single failure story of this top has become a turning point for him. Like at first, he become like it just become like a desperation, like how his father have a lot of debt, and then how his chestnut business failed, or he's unable to like continue developing the business. But in the end of the day, it becomes a motivation for him to actually even continue developing his idea, to come up with a new idea how to make things work, and how to make his goal to be a businessman and help his father overcome the difficult financial difficulties solve gitu. And in the end of the day, it become his turning point, which is why at this point right now we know Tau Kenoi, so on and so forth, which is something which is like a mentality and a mindset that we should have like in our everyday life. Like when we are facing failure, the things that we should know that is that even though there will be time where it will be like desperation for us, we should turn it into our motivation, that eventually it will become a turning point in our life as well, which is in line with our core value as well, to fail fast. And something that is Top has been doing during his adventure in Tau Kenoi is that on the time of failure, just know what to and not to be given up. So if we see that he has been trying a lot of business, right? But the moment when he realized that the business doesn't work, he gave up that idea or that business, and then try another business. But in this case, we know that actually he's giving up the idea of the business, but he is not giving up the big picture of his main goal, which is to be like a big businessman. And that is something that we need to learn from him, that we know what to and not to be given up in that case. So yeah, that's all the story, the inspirational story for today. And to continue this all hands, I'd like to give it over to Ersha as the moderator.
Wow, thank you, Bila, for the inspiring story. So I think we have to remember that we have to, with the core values too, we have to fail fast and also never settles. Okay, so I think we'll move on to the next update for this week vision and mission statement. I'll pass it to Mr. G.
Okay, thank you very much, Ursha. So there's a few things that I'd like to speak to everybody about. So please listen carefully because I think it's really important. I apologize yesterday for not being able to attend the emergency all hands. Currently, I'm on a road trip across a few states with my daughter Eka, and it's sometimes difficult to schedule these things correctly based on changing conditions. But something important I think has happened recently, and to to expand on Mila's just her celebration of how we deal with failure, I'd like to speak a few words. I think given what we've seen, let's say with the condition of the HER team recently, we've noticed that yeah, it's in a way. I want to just remind everybody of the core reasons and the core principles that we're here. We're here as a hospitality company to inspire delight. We're here to live the values that we believe will actually allow us to do this. Our potential is to transform and positively transform many guests, many partners, and many people who want to become part of this mission to do the good work of Bukit Vista. So beyond anything else, beyond, let's say, a KPI, beyond a goal, there's this idea of culture. And this idea of culture is what actually creates the foundation and the basis of trust. And this trust is the fuel, the food that our organization lives on in order to be able to do great things. Now, sometimes we see that this trust has been lost or this trust is no longer there. And during those times, we need to make quick decisions about what we need to do in order for the company to continue on its mission. So, HER in the past has been, I think, one of the most preeminent teams in Bukit Vista that does essentially the core part of our business. Core part of our business is to delight guests. Core part of our business is to inspire people who have made plans to visit the neighborhoods and the areas that we host in, that we provide hospitality in. But when we see that people do not take those plans seriously, that they do not take the trust from our guests seriously, and that there's no serious attempt to positively transform the guests or ourselves, then that's when we need to take disciplinary action to correct the course of not just the particular team that deals with hospitality, but the entire organization. So I think the all hands yesterday, we've already spoken about what these announcements were, but I'm here today to talk about why this is so important. Without culture, without a common means and a common fabric for every Vistan and Vistan to understand each other, there is no meaning, there's no purpose in the kind of work we do. And I would encourage all of us to look on inside and study what is the reason that you're here? What is the positive transformation that you'd like to see in yourself and the people around you? And if you reach deep and you can't find it, then speak with somebody on your team, speak with HR. There is always, I think, some way to either find inspiration, or if there's no inspiration, then there is a better way, I think, to depart. But things that we don't want to see, faking it, pretending to be a person that you're not, I think that never inspires delight. Hiding problems that are ongoing and not talking to senior leaders about these issues, that is a problem that we don't want to see. None of these experiences are delightful and none of these ways of behaving are inspirational. So for this particular moment, with the 35 people who are in this room and many more who will maybe watch this video in the future, I'd like to just point out very clearly important principles around our core values and our mission and vision is to promote the trust so that we may achieve our goals, so that we can do inspirational work. That's what I've dedicated my life to, and that's why I hope that each of us will dedicate a portion of our lives to as well. All right. Yeah, I think sometimes authentic statements are not necessarily pretty or beautiful, but they are what they are. I'm trying to do the best I can to lead everyone here in this organization in a way that is best suited for our ability to overcome challenges up ahead. Remember, most of the challenges in a startup, despite what you see in the newspapers or what you read, they're mostly internal. Most of the challenges happen within how we organize ourselves. If the internal is not right, if the internal is rotten, if the internal is decayed, then the outside will quickly not really matter anyway. So it is very important to make sure that the inside of the company is strong and that we can trust each other in our work. Okay, that's pretty much it. I know that's not usually the positive, cheerful type of tone that I generally give off, but I think it's necessary to speak from time to time. I hope everybody can continue their week thinking more deeply about how does my work inspire to life? How do the things that I do inspire people that I lead? And how can I make the world more positive place for people who want to experience hospitality? That's our mission. That's what we want to do. Inspire delight everywhere, everyone, every time. Okay, let me turn this back to Ursha.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing, for the reminder. So I think yeah, from last week's also and also that the point is that if you lost track, remember our purposes. We have vision, mission, we have core values to reflect, and don't forget about the decision that we made. Everything yesterday was like about to be transparent. So I hope this can remind everyone and can inspire the light to everyone too. Think so. Next, I think we have a weekly vision inspiration. So for the inspiration that related with our guests, I would pass the first chance to Erika.
Okay, thank you, Ersha. So this week we got a wholesome moment from Earth Pottery, which I mainly handle, but also Maudi as well. And we have this guest from Farmhouse Jogja, and they had a great staycation, and which they contact Bivi for their next staycation. And also, I would like to give thanks to Maudi as well to help me handle this guest with her good personal approach. I think that will make a good personal connection as well with guests. And also the guests sent us like goodbye message like thank you and we're about to go something like that. And I think that is kind of wholesome. Okay, so that's for me. I think I'm gonna pass over to Maudi.
Okay, thank you, Erika. From my side, not only if you guys remember the story of Indonesian influencer Kak Rachel, not only Kak Rachel and her sister, but her parents also follow her to Bali and stay at Atra Bambuleji. They are now currently living in Vitata and Atar. Even before her parents also tried Aurea Room because they want a complete experience. The first chat, it's my conversation with Kak Rachel when her parents arrived at Atra. And the second chat, it's Bu Retno, her mom, that chat me and said that Kak Rachel talked lots about me. And then the second picture, I also attach her contents that took at Atra Bambuleji. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Erika and Maudi, for the heads up. So next, inspiration related to our partners, I would like to give the chance to Karafi.
Okay, thank you everyone. So good morning. I'm not sure where should I put it here, maybe on core value or you are just decided put it here. So Canggu property now is get the first booking, like the Lucky Guest House and Viras Village. This is the transformation from no alignment to transaction level. Thank you for BI, SAR, CM, and content for the good work. And also, but we have some properties doesn't have booking yet. Tetap semangat team. That's from me. So because I think is Rose is not here, I will read for her. I think the what is called the community sharing session. Maybe you can zoom a little bit, Elsa, who's the screen. No. The story. Yeah, this is about the Eco Pass. So before the Putri Nusa Guest House used this Eco Pass, they only use Bygone for what it's called to training and the Rayap things. But now after the consultation, they just use 1 month for the regular basic. That is good information from the TSS team to the partner. That from partner side, back to you, Elsa.
Okay, thank you, partnership team. I think it's a good information for all of us to reflect. So next we have an inspiration from employees. Over to Kashali.
Okay, thank you, Aisha. So, here's a few like achievements from the teammates from the past week. So the first one is actually from the finance team. So they recently have finished like meeting budgeting deadlines with Coda, as well as finalizing with the simplification steps in this case. So that's one step ahead as well for our Coda paper to Coda migration, yeah, for this month. And another one is actually from Jasmine. So remember last week she was talking about this listing, right? So now it's actually at over 800 listing views, which is actually probably by far the highest viewed listing in the Nadine's Facebook account. So she take it as a personal achievement, although there are probably like certain factors, but I think this is one of the good achievements as well, not only for Justin but also for the teammates as well. And last but not least is actually an update from Vera. So the PR team just released the newsletter number 5 for this month. So yes, kudos to these people mentioned over here, to Bila, Aisha, as well as Nadia for helping out in the process. And yeah, recently the trial program handbook is done and it's in Coda, yeah, I believe. So yeah, for you guys who are curious, you can like have a look at that thing. And yeah, I think that's a bit of a glimpse on the achievements from the employee side. Back to you, Aisha.
Okay, thank you, Kashalin. So I think it's good work from the employees' inspiration. So last but not least, we have an inspiration related to technological innovation. Over to Kabayu. Is Kabayu?
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So basically, this is about project management. So we feel that each of the stand-up update on PD is lacking context sometimes and continuation of projects and the relation with the project or the campaign, right? So right now, Andri and Lukman is testing out to create a project and task management on Coda. We want to see if it will be better for project management than Trello. So if you want to check out the MVP, you can go to that link. And basically, we still don't know whether it's actually better or not because we still don't have like the fixed format, but we are still trying it out. So that's it for me.
Okay, thank you, Kabayu, for the heads up. So I think from this page we can learn that by day, like we're having more and more inspiring stories. I hope that the stories can also inspire everyone in the company. Okay, next we have a company team target and achievement. I would like to give the stage to Vidi.
Right, thank you very much, everyone. Good morning, Vincenz. I think today not training, yeah, unlike usually in Jogja. And I would like to remind everyone regarding our monthly theme, evolution that inspires light. And I think through this experience that we have recently, we learned that sometimes to evolve, there must be um, maybe not so good experience, maybe there might be a little bit of painful experience, but eventually our aim is to evolve in a direction where we can inspire the light. So I would like to go to the first report, which is the long-term target. Actually, I would like to congratulate everyone in the company that we have crossed our midpoint. So we're at an inflection point, meaning that compared to comparing last month to the previous month, our increase from this month to last month is actually at an inflection point where it is at a rate we're closer to the red line. So that's one. And also we're crossing our half point of the checkout target, which is 1,800. Now we're at 900 and can we minimize a little bit, minimize the image? At 943. So we cross our midpoint at our long-term target. Now we look at the quality of the checkouts itself. thank you very much for the hosting team, aided by the advocacy team, such as Erica, for completing the data. Now we have recapped the data for the shape of our ratings in Airbnb reviews. We look at the 5-star review that we achieved in the past 2+ months or so. So from the previous 61%, actually after completing the data, we're actually at 80.8% at 5-star review, which is higher than the percentage that we got for the last semester, which is at 79.617%. And looking at that as well, we actually see that we have a lesser percentage of less than 4-star review at 6.4%, which at the last semester we have 8.598%. And that also means we also have we traded a little bit the 4-star review for a better 5-star review, currently at 8.8%, which at the previous semester we have 11.78%. So there's an increase in quality in the past 2+ months or so compared to the last semester. At the overall, let's look at the overall rating and also this component for the past 2+ months. So currently we're at an overall rating at 4.71%. Of course, it can still be increased. The overall rating SLA at our company is 4.8%. And we look at several components that can be increased in value, for example, increase in rating, such as the value, cleanliness, and also maybe the least friction one, maybe such as location accuracy, communication, and check-ins. But through this overall breakdown, we can see everyone in the company has access to the breakdown of data on which part of the specific components within the company partners that can be improved. So this is the quality of the checkout itself. Okay, then let's go to the monthly revenue target of 55,000 or the stretch target of 66,000. So let's look at this graph. Our weekly increase is actually about 7,000, which is actually a very excellent week-on-week increase according to our scheduled target. We're currently at 93.51% of the company monthly target, and it is highly likely that we will achieve our revenue target this month if we maintain or even improve our skills in maintaining the middle funnel. And this also applies to the top funnel, of course. If the top funnel is lacking off, then maybe the middle funnel will receive less input as well, and that gives room for the bottom funnel to work on things. Let's look at the next graph that we have, which is the revenue for December, because this is the last push, guys. It's 1 week left until the end of the month. So this is like the last push in mobile games. And on December, we actually have an initial target of 48,000, almost 48,500. And that's a good initial target, although there might be risk of cancellation. I've also attached the news on the possibility, the current news on PPKM level 3 that will be implemented, I believe, since the 24th. Can I look at the text again? I think in the 24th of December until the January 2nd, this is PPKM level 3, meaning that or maybe limitation of maximum capacity in several public places. This does not mean that it's totally closed, but it's just limitation for now, at least. And as we observe in Jogja and also Bali, the people coming in are mostly by land transportation, and that is the section that we're looking to target in this month and also in the following months for now. So that's that. Keep doing what we're doing. Remember what went well in the past weeks, so we can maintain or even improve the process that we have right now. So that's it from me. I would like to ask help from everybody for this last week of November, for the last push for November to achieve our revenue target. So that's that. Thank you very much. Back to Asia.
Okay, thank you, Hufidi, for the updates. So I see that on this month, actually, we're aligning with the monthly theme, which is the evolution that inspires delight. So one more time, I want to remind everyone to do the last push for this month. Okay, so next we have a squad main achievement. I would like to start with the guest funnel squad. Over to VD.
Right, for our guest funnel squad, our primary achievement is the in-month weekly revenue generation is pretty stable at 7,000 this week. And this is actually a graph of the daily revenue for the month of November. As we see, this may be an underlying pattern because usually we look at the monthly revenue only. This can be probably optimized looking at this daily revenue contribution, actual daily revenue for this one. And for secondary achievement, we continuously see the increase or the improvement in all the stages in the user funnel. Probably there can be a more improvement in the top funnel activity from the awareness page view, but in general, it's already increasing, and currently we're at 12.9-ish% within platform inquiry conversion rate. This does not include the inquiry that we have been converted outside of the platform itself. But look at that sharp improvement since the month of July. So congrats to the guest funnel squad.
Okay, congratulations guest funnel squad for the achievement. Next, I'll call out the partnership funnel squad. Over to Kalilis.
Thank you, Aisha. So for the partnership funnel squad, thank you very much for all the team in the conversion chapter. We have convert like 4 new properties as our partner, and we have 2 in pipeline that verbally agree. And I'm not really sure is it secondary or not because it's the same for me. It's an achievement. We actually transform a zero transactional alignment partnership to a transactional alignment partnership. We have an H resident with a new listing. It's because previously a case of cleanliness issue. And then Krama Beach Guest House 4, Wiras Village Villa, and the Lucky Canggu. So that's the achievement from partnership funnel squad. Back to Aisha.
Thank you, Kalilis, and also congratulations for the achievement partnership funnel squad. So next, we have employee funnel squad. Over to Kara.
Yeah, thank you, Arsha. Good morning, everyone. Primary achievement, I think we putting our entire focus right now to actually hire for the guest funnel squad needs. So far, we able to hire Mutia. So welcome Mutia to the team as part of our new guest funnel squad. And secondary achievement is that cultural problem detections and assessment has been done. So yeah, that's it, Arsha.
Okay, thank you, Kara. Welcome Mutia to the team, and I want to say congratulations once again, teams, for the achievement. Keep up the good works. So next we have a core value recognition. I would like to start from the bottom. I think okay. So I would like to call out Jesselyn here.
Thank you, Arsha. So for this, I would like to nominate Bila for Be the Hero and help others to help themselves because she really stepped up and helped me prepare for the Merdeka batch farewell party last week, even though we were a bit behind schedule. And yeah, she really helped me in preparing because I didn't know a lot of things, and she gave me solutions and essentially helped me prepare everything, including presentation. Which, fun fact, I think I saw her online at midnight in Canva doing the presentation with me. So I think, yeah, she really deserves this call. Back to you, Arsha.
Okay, thank you, Jesselyn, and keep up the good works too for Bila. Okay, next I would like to call Nadine.
Okay, good morning, Arsha. So I would like to recognize Aulia for thinking fast, learning fast, and adversarial. So in BD, we have been helping each other to cover our bandwidth on outreaching activity. And Aulia has been helping me on the outreaching list of F&B Bingin in Uluwatu to open the partnership. At the first time, we prepared the email outreach messages, but we got no response at all. And then after we discussed in the sales chapter discussions, Aulia gained more insight about outreaching, and she strikes the second outreach very fast and overcome her fear to do the phone call. And now she got the 100% response rate from all listed restaurants. And yeah, kudos to Aulia. Hope you will never settle and hustle more to unlock the gatekeeper. Thank you. That's
One Aulia. Okay, next we have Chris.
Okay, thank you, Aksha. So for this one, I want to recognize Kofidi to be the heroes that want to help others to help themselves and also at the end of the day inspire the light. I want to say thank you for helping me and guiding me to live here in Jogja currently. It taught me a lot of basic things to living by yourself because this is really my first time to do this kind of thing. And accompanying me to go around Jogja, explaining the building of UGM, etc. Then yeah, just want to say thank you, and I'm really grateful for it, for giving me a lot of kindness and hospitality to everyone around you as well.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Wow, that was a lot of core value recognized for you, Coffee. So we have to say thank you to you too. Next, we have Kayla. Hello, is Kayla here? Okay, so I'm gonna help her to read this. So she wants to recognize Nadine because for the past couple of weeks we have the team have encountered so many new challenges, many change in the structure and in need of clear direction. Within the BD team, Nadine has stepped up and be the hero by directing us towards our goals while keep on reminding us about our purposes, what it means to be a salesperson and keeps us motivated. Thank you for staying strong and inspiring life. Wow. I hope you can also stay us and keep us all of the team in the company motivated, Nadine. Congratulations. Okay, so that was all for this week's core value recognition. So for today's personal, this week's personal updates, I want everyone to read the question of the week, which is if you have to sing karaoke, what song do you pick and why? And I would like to start from the bottom two. Okay, I want to start from Hanson actually.
Oh yeah, for my personal achievement, it's still progressing on the review classification. And then my biggest action up to discovery is always trying to learn new things. And for my question of the week is my if I want to sing, I choose Money by Lalisa, so I can manifest a lot of money to myself. And my biggest personal growth is train myself to be calm and manage my time better.
Okay, Hanson, thank you for answering. So I think next we have violin, but she's not attending, so I will help her to read it. But unfortunately, I don't know how to spell the song, so it's some song from JJ Lin because she loved the tones. She said. So next, Emmanuel, please. I want to remind you to just read the question of the week. Okay.
Okay, sure. So for the question of the week, you have to sing karaoke. What song would I pick and why? So I would sing Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera because it's a song that I used to sing a lot and it's musical theater. I'm a big theater guy. So yeah, so that's my answer for the question of the week.
Okay, thank you, Emmanuel. Okay, next, Nadifa, but she's not attending, so I'll help her to read it. So, she think that she will pick a ballad song because her voice matches to it. It's difficult to pick one, but I think she will. Yeah, she said that she maybe Raisa, Love and Let Go. Okay, sad girls in the house. Okay, next, from Willis. Okay, he's not attending too. So he said, "I'm Yours" by Jason Mraz. So him and his childhood friend always sang it together. I'll be playing the guitar and she will be singing. Okay, childhood friendship. That was beautiful. Okay, next, over to Stefan.
Well, actually, it's hard to pick just one song. I love karaoke so much, but maybe, well, Andai Dia Tahu by Kaina.
I see, all-time classic, huh? Okay, thank you, Stefan. Next to Arda Chandra.
Yep. So I'm actually not a fan of karaoke, but I've sung "It's Time" by Imagine Dragons in the past.
Thank you. Back to you, Arsha.
Okay, thank you. So I see you're an energetic guy. Okay, so next is Farron, but unfortunately she didn't feel anything for the question of the week. And also next is from Bella. Okay, she said can pick one, but me and my friends always close our karaoke time with holy song. Okay, okay, I see. Next, over to David.
Yep, thank you, Arsha. I'll pick a song from Payung Teduh, untuk perempuan yang sedang dalam pelukan because I love the atmosphere of the music.
I see. So for information, guys, this song, the writer, Mas Is is writing about her mom, and yeah, it was a romantic song for family one. Okay, thank you, David. Next, over to VD.
Frank Sinatra, Fly Me to the Moon.
Okay, would you like to demonstrate it?
No,
No, I'm kidding.
Cannot sing.
Okay, I'm kidding. Okay. Next, over to Lilis.
Living on the Jet Plane, if you ever heard, because that's the first English song that I know actually from my high school. Thank you.
Okay, Khalis, I agree. I think it's also I heard this song when I was like in elementary something. Okay, next to Hui.
Okay, I'll pick City of Stars from La La Land because I just love the song so much and I have to put it on my must-sing list every time I go to karaoke. Thank you.
I see, I see. Or you can move on with the movie, huh? Okay, next, Jaslyn.
Okay. For me, I would be singing Adele Full Discography, Disney Fine. And I've tried that before. This rated everyone's eardrums within a 5 mile radius. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Back to you, Arsha.
Okay, thank you, Jaslyn. I think we have a lot of sad girls here in the company, so I think maybe, and for the next donut date, we could just like put them in together to tell their stories. Okay, next, over to Fatima.
Oh, I didn't realize that I'm the same with Jesslyn. I'm probably go with Easy on Me by Adele, not because I'm related to the song, just because I like it and it allows me to scream my heart out.
I see, I see. So you're the kind of people of just like the sad girls vibes, yeah. Okay, next, thank you, next, Gani, let's go.
I doesn't like karaoke that much, but I will pick Dragon Force.
Okay, Kagani is so the type who likes to scream, huh? Okay, next, over to Rizky.
Okay, I don't know. I never go to karaoke, but I think I will choose Yang Terbaik Bagimu maybe because I like the intro.
I see, I see. Okay, thank you, Rizky. Next to Lukman, but fortunately he didn't feel anything. So next over to Adri.
I don't know. I don't know which songs that is my favorite, but I like "Friends Like Me" by Robin Williams. Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, and "Lullaby of Birdland" because I like jazz.
I see a man of culture, likes to sing a lot of songs. Thank you, Adri. Okay, next, Robert. He's not attending, and fortunately, again, he didn't feel the question of the week. So next, Rizky.
Thank you, Ersha. And for me, it's similar to Nadifa actually. I've been really into sea shanties and any ballad songs, mostly because it's a group thing. So in a karaoke, they won't hear my own terrible voice. And, hopefully that drowns it out. And yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Rizky. I think you're too much watching Pirates of the Caribbean or play Sea of Thieves too much. Okay, next, we have Chris.
Yeah, for now potong bebek angsa aja dah, so everything will be lighter and happy. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, okay, for a bebek aksa. Thank you, Chris. Okay, next, Nadia.
Mine is Olivia Rodrigo, Good For You, or Paramore songs.
I see, Paramore. Huh? Okay, thank you, Nadia. Next, Kabayu.
That's something stupid by Robbie Williams and Nicole Kidman. It's fun for duet and it's easy to sing.
I see. Okay, thank you, Kabayu. Okay, next is my question of the week. So apparently, Bruno Mars just released the whole album, and along with "Smoking Out the Window" by Six Sonics, it's just the jam for this week. It's like so eargasms. Okay, next, Bila.
Okay, my song is like it's Speechless by Naomi Scott. It has a really high note, so it relieves your stress when you like shouting really loud while you're singing. So yeah.
Okay, Bila, thank you. I thought when you're stressed, you want to hear something relaxing, jazz like Adria, I guess. Okay, next, Farah.
Okay, so mine will be Kelani's and Ariana's songs because their songs are just perfect for me to scream but in an elegant way. Back to you, Aisha.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Farah. I think you're a sassy one, huh? Okay, next, Kashiolin.
Okay, thank you. But yeah, mostly I sing slow and ballad song with high notes that I can actually reach. But yeah, Minso yes is a must for me. Thank you.
I see, a karaoke person. Thank you, Kashiolin. Okay, next, Kara with the track list.
Okay, I think a lot of people doesn't know that I am an old soul in a way, that I like songs from the 60s. So you guys can Google some of this song that I put by Elvis Day and Henry Mancini.
I see. Okay, thank you, Kara. Next, Prabhav, are you here?
Yes, I'm sure. So for me, it'll be all Indian Bollywood songs on which you can dance. So yeah.
I see.
Seneng
Thank you,
dengerin.
Prabhav. I think everyone can dance on
Relate
all
banget.
Bollywood songs, yeah. You have to make a fan base. Some people here really love Indian song too. Okay. Next, Sharon.
Yes, thank you, Harsha. I will choose Indonesian pop song, of course, from my elementary school, like Viera, Dewa
Jamet
19, and
banget.
Rosa. Thank you.
Okay. Classic galau playlist. I see. Thank you, Sharon. Next to Maudi.
Okay, actually I'm not the fan, but BCL songs Bunga Citra Lestari should be on list because it's my own tradition since I was 10 maybe. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maudi. What a nice tradition. Next to Mutia.
I will choose Roxette song and Peter Pan because when I was elementary school, when I was want to go to Mudik, I always play this song with my parents. Thank you, back to Arsha.
Wow, thank you, Mutia. Your family rocks the car, huh? Okay, next to Erika.
For me, I think it will be Taylor Swift songs because I know literally like 90% of her songs, and also it's all catchy and very not very hard to sing, and probably all too well because it's 10 minute song.
Okay, thank you, Erika. So we have found a Swifties here. Next, Gray.
Yes, thank you, Ersha. So probably for me, for karaoke, I will pick something upbeat and nostalgic, like some 2000 or 2010s pop songs. And back to you, Ersha.
I see. Sometimes I also have the mood to hear old pop songs. Okay, next to Sasha.
Yep, thank you, Arsha, and good morning, everyone. For me, it's Old Friends by Ben Rector because it sounds real and nostalgic. Thank you, back to you.
Thank you, Sasha. Next is Aulia, but she's not attending, so she likes to sing any old galau songs by famous double O's band such as The Massive, Peter Pan, and back when Ariel had a move to Noah. I see. Also another classic galau girl. Okay, that's from Aulia. Next from Kyla. She's not attending too, so she says she like to sing any of Rosa's song for the sake of good old time. I see there's a lot of Rosa's fans here, yeah. Next to Nadine.
Okay, Arsha, you know my song, right? Okay, so just like Prabha, I like Bollywood songs, but for listen though, not for karaoke. For karaoke, I like Adele, Celine Dion, Britney Spears, Brian McKnight, yeah, all the galau.
Well, I think for maybe if we have a Christmas event this year, we would like to hear Nadine sing a lot of high note songs here, yeah. Okay, Next to Moana.
For me, any fun song would suit me. Thank you.
I see. And also an Indian fun song, huh? We can make a party with Prabhav to it, Nadine in Bali base. Okay. Um, thank you all for your updates. Next, Hendra.
Yeah, thank you, Arsha. Probably I will sing "That's Why You Go" by Michael Ledstorff. This song make me fall in love with suffer genre. Thank you.
I see another old soul. Kara, you get some company here. Okay, next is from Karos. She's not attending. So she would like to sing a vintage songs like Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Okay. That was a jam, to be honest. Okay, next is Casa.
Okay, thank you, Arsha. So for me, basically all Taylor Swift songs, regards Swifties since 2009, and also high five to Erica as fellow Swifties.
I see.
ketemu
Thank
ya
you,
akhirnya.
Casa. I told you, I think we could make a Swifties fan base here. Okay, next over to Katendi.
Okay, thank you, Arsa. I would like to song 7 Years by Lucas Graham because that song is tell us about our life journey. Thank you.
I see, I see. I also consider that song is a hard journey for him. Thank you, Katendi. Okay, last but not least, with the best choice of songs, Mas Rafiq.
Yes, I think it's everyone is karaoke with me know this song, right? So like Bayu, Ara, Candy. If I go in karaoke, I choose Madu Tiga by Ahmad Dhani. If you want can open it. It's very nice, good rhythm to dancing. Just feel like smooth, right? Yes. Thank you. Back to you, Esa.
Okay, well, I guess that was everyone personal updates. That's also closing our all hand for today. So thank you everyone for attending. I would like to, yes.
Is there an announcement?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yes, sorry for my mistake. So there's an announcement for offer to Kabayu.
Okay, this is an announcement about the migration from Dropbox Paper to Coda. So for everyone, we will be officially stop using Dropbox Paper on November 30th. So basically all guidelines, notes, and discussion will be done in Coda now. So if you haven't, please finish migrating your necessary paper documents to Coda before November 30th. And if you have any problem or any issue, like maybe you don't know which document you should put your your notes or your discussion, you can just ask in the Slack channel. There's a Slack channel for Coda support. You can just search. There's a Coda support Slack channel. There's also some tutorials. We can also help to create it for you if you have any difficulties. So that is the announcement, Ersa.
Okay, thank you, Kabayu, for the announcement. So I would like to remind everyone once again to ask and ask everyone in the team if you're like confused or everything. Yep. So that's all on our hands. I want to remind everyone to and encourage everyone to confirm the attendance on Google Calendar also and personal updates for next all hands that we're gonna occur. So I think I'll give the stage back to the chair. Bring it back to the host.
Okay, thank you, Ersha. So that was all hands for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. We are actually on time. Yeah, we have 2 minutes left. So have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember Madu Tiga ya.